morning, everybody. Pardon the construction noise. Progress rolls on in the city of Los Angeles, and happy Wednesday to all of you. The 14th of October, 2020, in the year of Cornholio. Just saying good morning to my favorite valet. Hope you all are having a wonderful day. Things I like and things I don't like about LA. As you guys know, this is one of my favorite stomping grounds, along with Las Vegas. And I've said many times what the reason I really like Las Vegas is because the dynamic changes so quickly. There's no city in America, and good morning, and few cities in the world that change their stripes and change themselves and reinvent themselves with the frequency that Las Vegas does. We're going to make it a kids destination, family destination, value destination. Gambling, well, we got to get rid of that. We need to do a entertainment place to come, value place to come. It's reinvented itself a lot of different ways out there. A little noisy on the streets of LA. I'm down here in Koreatown this morning, but I want to kind of drill down on this. I don't know what the hell that noise is. How is it? Is somebody going to jump? Huh? Let's investigate. So we know. Why am I hearing voices? We know about Las Vegas, but you know. Good morning.
Hey.
How are you?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought I heard it.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Must be a fan of big breasts.
Yeah.
There he is. Please don't follow me. Please don't follow me. Okay, we're all good. LA. The thing I really like about LA is you don't have the density that you have. You don't have the perceived density of people. I know the freeways suck and there's traffic congestion, but these days it's almost faster, and probably is faster, to go surface streets, and you see a lot more interesting stuff in LA when you go surface streets. But I really like the fact that it's like it really does feel like a conglomeration of a lot of small towns pushed together. Some places feel like Berkeley, some places feel like downtown New York, Wall Street. But you have a lot of diversity here, which I really love. You have diversity of the food, diversity of the culture, and it's not that people don't try to assimilate. It's like they have pride here in their culture, and there's a lot of what I call cross-cultural enjoyment here. In other words, try everything, give everything a shot, whether it's Salvadoran food or whether it is Cajun food or soul food or Armenian food, Korean food. Give it a shot, and a lot of times you're going to enjoy the foods of those cultures. So I've had a really good time. I mean, parking is sometimes it can be a little tough in LA, but it's a lot better than San Francisco. I can guarantee you that. And it's a lot cheaper down here than in the Bay Area too. But definitely that diversity of people. The whole experience of, you can go from the most fabulously wealthy places like Beverly Hills and Bel Air right down to Skid Row, and you get the whole cross experience there. That's what I like. That's why I hit the streets. That's what I do. For example, last night out, my friends ditched me down in the Fashion District. Very spooky place last night. And rather than freaking out and things, because I know they were probably keeping an eye on me, they're not going to really ditch me, but really enjoying something I've read about and heard about in movies. Save the Tiger, Jack Lemmon trying to save his company in the garment district of LA and won an Academy Award. And to see that place in person and to be down there, even though it was dark and spooky with lots of creepers around, it was almost worth the risk to look at all the fashion houses and manufacturing places down there. So I really enjoy that. So I also get a little taste of it. You know, guys know I'm a hoe for industrial places and all that. So it's really a great town. I think you can live here on a budget. Any budget can find a place here. Can't say that about San Francisco. Okay, the barrier of entry is very high, and then it's right down on street level, man. You're living on the street, or else you're paying $1,800 for a hellish little studio apartment that may be below ground floor, you know, just some little hovel somewhere. Things I don't like. Leadership in this city is pretty much, I don't see it. I don't perceive it. I don't see a lot of pride right now in LA. I see tons of garbage that sits on the streets, couches. I'm going to be putting up a metal detecting video later today. Not sure which channel it's going to be, but I'm appalled. And even these places that they're selling new condominiums for, you know, 800,000, half a million, 800. There's uncollected, I mean, there's flies, uncollected garbage and stuff on the streets, and it's just piling up. You know, it's one of those phenomena. You have a pile of garbage and everybody suddenly gets the idea, hey man, I guess it's okay. We don't have to worry about paying for our trash removal. Let's just throw it on the pile out there, and it gets disgusting. And there's so many places. I don't know what's wrong with the municipal waste pickup here in LA, but it really, really is getting out of control. The other bad thing here too is this town is losing, because of Hollywood and the shutdown and the COVID-19, Hollywood has undergone a lot of change, plus the fact that a lot of movies are made in other places now besides LA. And they've done a really poor job of capitalizing on the history of Hollywood and having a real integrated thing. They're still schlepping people around to Hollywood, quote, Hollywood homes, that the stars have been gone for 50, 60 years, man. They're all out in Malibu and Bel Air and the hell out of this place. But still, that history would have a lot of appeal to a lot of people if it was packaged correctly. Hollywood is turning in, Hollywood Boulevard's turning into a dump, man. There's just nothing coordinated. There's nothing to have a sit down with the city and tourism and say, hey, we're losing this stuff. We need some kind of integrated plan to make LA cool again. All right, you can't just hang it all on sports teams. Yeah, the Lakers won. I was there championship night, but it takes effort, and it takes leadership, and it takes thought to reinvent, and it takes some investment too. I know, you know, people are talking about cutting police departments and all that, but I feel like the streets are pretty safe here. I think LAPD does a pretty good job considering the geographical area that they have to operate, but I just don't get the sense that there's any coordinated plan for the future of LA. It's just everything is on the fly. Everything is just fighting brush fires. There's no real thought to how to make a brighter future, or how to keep the history. One of the things that I've always been fascinated with is the metalwork here in LA. So many of these places, these great hotels, these great apartment houses were put up in 1920s, especially like 1925 and 1926. It's one of my running jokes that every apartment house in LA has a 1926 cornerstone. Well, it's probably true. The city exploded, and there's such beauty on some of these streets. You look at some of these entryways, and the way these craftsmen worked this iron fencing and things, and it's so beautiful. And some of these old storied, beautiful apartment buildings that are still lovely, they're still habitable. There's nothing wrong, people are loving it, they're paying high rent. But the city doesn't do anything to capitalize on the real beauty of what they could take, what tourists could go and see and enjoy. And I think that that's a really, really big mistake. You know, if I was running a tour company, to hell with that, stars of Hollywood. You take people out, you show them the real LA, some of these really cool old buildings. You tell them, well, it's where James Dean had his iconic photograph taken outside of the Alta Hotel. You know, you put a story together for people. You take them to Beverly Hills. Yeah, this is where Jan and Dean, Jan almost died down here. But, you know, it takes creative packaging to do that kind of stuff, and I don't see that in LA right now. There's a little bit of just give upness here, and a little bit of just, well, we think things will get better. Well, it's a big city here, and things don't always just improve on their own. So, okay, well, there's my 2 cents worth today, guys, on the Rosie Murphy channel. Your thoughts and opinion comments are welcome down below. Thumbs up are always appreciated. Have a delightful day. From Los Angeles, your roving commentary girl, Rosie Murphy. Have a great one, everyone.